Hello, my name is John Atha, and my partner is Chris Manus. For our quality project, we looked at total quality management and education. The practice of applying quality management principles to education systems is difficult and challenging. This is due in part to the fact that the original purpose for public education in America was to select and sort children into two basic groups, those who were going to college and those who were going to the workforce. At that time, this approach served our country and economy well. However, today we need to compete in a global economy, and we live in a knowledge-based society. We need our schools to educate all students to high levels of learning and achievement, and this requires a shift in the system that is strategic and focused on quality. TQM is built around the idea that people can always improve their work by learning new techniques and applying them. This concept actually fits perfectly with the purpose of schools. The objective should be to cut waste and increase effective instruction, leading to increased levels of learning for students. How do you go about changing an education system and focusing on TQM in schools? By evaluating the supply chain of learning, and when we do this, the research is clear. The biggest factor in the quality of learning is the classroom teacher. Todd Whitaker says it best: there are really only two ways to improve schools significantly: get better teachers or improve the teachers you have. We think TQM can help in this area. To improve the quality of education, we must ensure all students have good teachers and eliminate the randomness of teaching practices that amount to an educational lottery for kids. The fact is, many teachers work hard and love their students, but they rarely give much thought to the inequity of the current system because it's all they know. Using Deming's perspective on quality, poor quality in education is not the fault of the teachers. Rather, it's the result of poor management of the system, and in the case of education, it is a failure to adjust the system to meet the needs of our world today. This quality project will be built around Deming's The New Economics. At the heart of his philosophy is the fact that an organization should be viewed as a system, which must be managed with appropriate knowledge of the system in order to produce the best value. The four components of his system of profound knowledge are appreciation of the system, knowledge about variation, theory of knowledge, and knowledge of psychology. In his first component, appreciation of the system, Deming defines a system as a network of interdependent components that work together with a goal of accomplishing the aim of the system. The key is interdependence. This means everyone in the system works together to achieve a common goal. Most schools today operate under the philosophy of site-based management, and they are given autonomy to run their buildings as they choose. The result is that schools within the district begin operating as independent units with no thought of how decisions in one school affect another. The purpose of why each school exists is clouded, and there is no clear focus or direction. At the school level, this model then is repeated, and teachers make decisions in their classroom without regard for how those decisions impact others in the school. The traditional school system creates isolation of schools, teachers, and students, which is the enemy of continual improvement in quality. Appreciation of the system for schools means that all stakeholders need to understand the purpose of education. Mike Smoker, an educational expert, advocates for simplicity, clarity, and priority. Joseph Duran believed that quality has to be planned. Using his strategic quality management and applying it to education, stakeholders at the different levels need to make their own unique contributions to quality improvement. The school board and district administrators manage the strategic view of the organization by setting out the institution's vision, priorities, and policies. Principals and department or grade level heads have an operational view of quality and take responsibility for quality assurance. This involves coordinating information from their teams, systematically checking on effectiveness, and communicating the results of monitoring both to teaching teams and to the district. Teachers are responsible for quality control. Operating in teams, teachers can design the characteristics and standards of lessons so that they meet the needs of their students. The theory of knowledge implies that system improvement depends on continuous study of the organization. Improvement is learning and developing new knowledge about the system. Teachers must stop looking for a quick fix and commit to a process of continual improvement. The best way for teachers to take responsibility for quality control is through the formation of professional learning communities. A professional learning community, or PLC, is a group of educators that meets regularly, shares expertise, and works collaboratively to improve teaching skills and the academic performance of students. They do this by focusing on learning instead of teaching. They have a clear goal, and they use data to inform their decisions. The main purpose of a PLC is to ensure that all students learn at high levels. Working within their PLC teams, teachers would use Deming's cycle of plan, do, check, act. This is a continuous quality improvement model consisting of a logical sequence of 4 repetitive steps for continuous improvement in learning. It fits perfectly into what educators should be doing daily in their classrooms. In order for PLC teams to achieve their goals, they need to eliminate variation in student learning. In order to do this, they must have a clear understanding of variations. If PLCs can become familiar with the 2 types of causes and reasons for variation that typify each cause, they then will be able to undertake quality improvement efforts. PLC teams that are able to detect whether variation is arrived at through a common cause or a special cause are much more capable of undertaking quality improvement efforts that eliminate variation. Knowledge of psychology, well, it's pretty simple. Todd Wicker says it's people, not programs. This is because in education, we constantly try to address the lack of quality with a program rather than looking at our people. Because we value teachers, and they will meet weekly in their PLCs, a professional learning community is characterized by strong cultures of trusted colleagues who value each other personally and professionally and are committed to their students, who are willing to discuss and disagree about evidence and data that can inform them about how to improve their practices in ways that benefit their students. The quality teacher leadership appraisal system has 2 guiding principles. Nothing is more important for students than giving them effective teachers, and teachers deserve to be treated like professionals and be provided a system that ensures quality and a commitment to continuous learning improvement. The quality teacher leadership appraisal system provides for teachers to look at multiple sources of information to demonstrate a fair and accurate comprehensive picture of the teacher's performance. It allows for professional practice, assessments of instructional knowledge and skills that influence student learning, as measured by competency set forth in the Teacher Effectiveness Rubric, or the TER. This rubric evaluates planning, instruction, leadership, and core professionalism. This program allows teachers to study student learning. Teachers' contribution to student academic progress is assessed through multiple measures of student academic achievement and progress towards specific SMART goals using state, corporation, and school-wide and classroom assessments. So the Quality Teacher Leadership Appraisal System creates a process where teachers can study quality and learning in the learning process through self-evaluation based on the Teacher Effectiveness Rubric, feedback from their PLC leader and principal, also within their PLC teams from their peers as they study data, student data, and they also will survey their students and get feedback in that manner. In the end, teachers get a rating based on the Teacher Effectiveness Rubric through all those sources of information, and also their SMART goals connected to the learning objectives of their students, as well as the A through F school letter grade, which means all teachers have a commitment to helping the school achieve its goal of the best grade possible. Thank you, and at this time we'll take questions.